As we are about to end the semester and lessons as well, as a final task of students, we would like to tackle about on what we have learned in Chinese and in the whole coverage of this language. And to prove that we are not just doing video presentation for nothing, instead we are gaining knowledge even though we're struggling on how we're going to cope up with this kind of learnings and on how we're going to adapt the new normal. So here's the main task. To prove that we've learned something in this language, we're going to have a recap and discuss it again through this video presentation. All through this semester, we've done 4 lessons, which is Chinese Mandarin, Pinyin and basic strokes, Pinyin numbers, and lastly, the Chinese greetings. So to start up a final video presentation, I am going to discuss again the Chinese greetings, which is in lesson 4. Since English language is the universal language which is everyone's commonly used to communicate globally, but in these lessons we are gaining knowledge and understanding in Chinese language. So here it goes. Meeting Chinese people is always a bit off, not because you were both different from each other, but because you were struggling on how you were going to communicate with them, and you were having a hard time in dealing or communicating with them since they are Chinese people. Since you are new to them, better to learn basic Chinese greetings, so adjustment is always a must. Just like ni hao. So if it is your close friend, you're gonna say Jin Shan Hao Ma. All means in English it's how are you today? Or you're gonna say Su Jin Sen Miang, which means how it is going recently. So be followed depending on time, just like Shang Wu Hao, which means good morning. Sha Wu Hao, good afternoon. And Wan Shang Hao, it's good evening. And a good night, which is Wan An. So there's also a formal way in their language, which is formal way means min, and a casual way which means ni. You might hear Chinese people asking Ji Bao Li Ma, which means do you have enough? And you're gonna reply Ji Bao Li, which means yes, I had enough. And also to start a conversations with them, you're gonna say hello, which means hello. He, which means hi, and bye bye, which means bye bye. Chinese people is also generous. They are showing concerns to their close friends and even expressing hospitality as well. Just like Chi Lima, which means did you had your meal? And there are 2 Chinese language to answer that question. If you're gonna say yes I have, in Chinese you're gonna say Chi Li. And if not, you're gonna say me you. So instead of saying goodbye, you're gonna say Yi He Jin, which means see you soon. You can also say He Tu Jin, which means see you later. And He Jin, which means see you again. It is not easy to learn Chinese language because of how they pronounce and how they speak their language. All you need to do is to learn to be patient and understand every single word. Once again, Wu Shi, Kyra Permanes, BSA 2A, Shishi, and Saijin.